And you guys will be amazed at what you might learn about people you think you know in that book. But Adam Fortney is exactly as you see him and know him and meet him and talk to him. He's the authentic, genuine issue. He was born here in Snohomish County, raised, went to serve our nation in the Navy, came back, decided to go in law enforcement. He's been in Snohomish County over 20 years and decided a change had to come to the office because there was just too much wrong going on. And as someone in the field every day, working with the deputies like Bernard and Vince and others, they have their backs together out there. They understand that they're a very tight-knit community. But he decided it was time somebody at the top had the six of the officers in the field. Because the current sheriff wasn't doing it, right? But Adam does have a six, and folks, we need to have Adam's six during this recall election. So please join me in welcoming the Sheriff of Snohomish County, Adam Fortney.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that warm welcome. I appreciate it all here. Jill, would you come up here real quick, please? She hates this about this politics stuff, but I gotta walk around a little bit. I get a little antsy, so I can't just stand in one spot the whole time. So, sorry. So I've learned through this political stuff that, especially when we got in the race last year and now this recall stuff, that if your family doesn't agree, don't get involved in this stuff. It's too much. Yeah, you too. Thanks, Aunt Terry. You're awesome. And so she stuck by me all of last year with this campaign stuff, and now I'll talk about this in a minute, about this recall stuff going on. And there's a lot about this recall that's uncomfortable. It's not always fun. It does impact you both professionally and personally at home. So I bring her up here just to say, man, even when I'm down in the dumps sometimes or worried about stuff with this recall, she's there to lift me back up, and then vice versa. I could not do this without her, so thank you so much. All right, I'm going to thank a few other people too. All the electeds, thank you for being here. Really appreciate the support. Friends and family. We have a small team working on this recall thing, but man, they are a powerful team. So thank you to Lisa, thank you to Allison. Part of the command staff's working on it, which is just awesome. And so there's some good stuff coming up, and they are all part of that plan. They are part of helping, and just would you give them a round of applause? How about the Ortega's place out here that he offered up? Holy smokes, who would have thought you could land and take off an airplane, roll down the runway, pull in your hangar, and walk to your house? That's pretty cool. But anyway, thank you, Ortega's, very much. Okay, so how did we get here? It's been, like I just said, I ran all last year. I wanted to say one thing about Pastor Jeff. It's hilarious. He didn't say the funniest thing out there. So he rolls up here in blue jeans, boots, and a hoodie, right? Might be familiar to those who know me real well, right? He goes, no, if Adam wears a hoodie and jeans to church, I'm wearing a hoodie and jeans to his event. That's awesome. And he drove all the way from Tri-Cities to make this work today. So very appreciative of that. All right, so let's talk about last year real quick. We decided to get in the race, as a couple other people have already mentioned. We just thought it was time for a change. It was a ton of work. I told anybody I'd come and talk to any group at any time, large or small, and I think we lived up to that. And that truly, I think, is one of the things that got us winning the election. We got the word out. Having the right message absolutely helps, and I think the community was ready for this law and order, tough on crime message. Oops. And we worked our tails off all of last year, and had a lot of support in the community, ended up beating a 6-year incumbent sheriff, and not by a little bit, by quite a lot, and we got into office. And I'm not going to go into all the stuff that happened behind the scenes, but the previous speakers were absolutely right. They started trying to tear this down before we even got into office on January 1st, and that made it difficult at times. And right now we're working to rebuild those relationships. But so we go out, we're talking to the community, it's tough on crime, it's supporting deputy sheriffs, it's supporting the police, and the community bought off on it. It was fantastic. And then so we roll in January 1st, we get the new command staff together, which is awesome. Hey, side story on the command staff. So I want people in place in command staff to do the right thing at the right time for the right reasons. For people who work for me know I say that all the time, right? And what people may not see, because we're public safety, but it's political too. You have to go out there and get elected, right? I have people in my command staff right now that actively worked on the other guy's campaign last year. But it was the right thing to do because they were the right people for the job at this moment in time. You would not have seen that in the former administration. I don't know how strongly I can say that. But so I think that's part of what I bring. It's not, while it's political, it can't be partisan. It's public safety. Public safety is for everybody. I truly don't care if you're a Republican, a Democrat, liberal, conservative, left wing, right wing. Public safety is for everybody. And so that was important, and I think we're living up to that, and we prove it in our command staff every day, and we're flourishing. They're doing a fantastic job. And so we win this thing, COVID hits in March, and it blowed everybody world up. It changed the way we do business, and haven't really been able to focus on any of the stuff I ran on for the most part, other than dealing with COVID-19 and all that kind of stuff. And if you guys remember the predictions for COVID initially, they were dire, they were horrible. Upwards of a couple million people potentially dying, and we all bought in. Absolutely, we have to stay safe. And especially, I use corrections as an example, because think about what those folks did every single dang day during COVID. They go into a closed facility with the worst among us. They generally don't keep very good, keep themselves up, and they still showed up to work every single day. Remember, second, third week in March, what the predictions were, they were horrible. These folks still showed up to work. So, and law enforcement, on the law enforcement side of the house, the deputies did as well, responding to calls. But if you guys could give them, that gets lost in this.